Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Claire. Recently been on holiday to Cornwall, and while we were there we went to Land's End, which is the most southerly point of the UK. So there's a peninsular sea, we saw dolphins in the sea, absolutely beautiful, and I took some really beautiful photographs while we were there. They have this kind of grass and fern with some different coloured heathers in it, so some purples and some yellows, beautiful blue sky sea, and then the beautiful blue sky. So my next pour is going to be based on a sort of combination of a few photographs. I'll show you the photographs here. So I'm going to do some flip cups for the sky, for the sea, and for the grass, for the cliff tops, really inspired by these beautiful photographs, this beautiful area in the UK. So yeah, little tiny flip cups, quite fluid paint. Can't wait, let's get started. For this piece, I'm going to use a 25 by 50 centimetre canvas, and I've got lots of little tiny paper cups which I'm going to use for the flip cups. So I've worked out for the sky I'm going to do 3, for the grassy area I'm going to do 3, but for the sea in the middle I want it to be a bit smaller. I'm going to do 2. So first of all I'm going to layer up the cups for the sky. Now I've got a couple of different blues here. These are the same blue. This is King's Blue by Amsterdam, and I've just diluted it a little bit with some white. And then these other 3 are, what paint are they? Amsterdam, here we go, Manganese Blue Phthalo. This is quite bright and quite dark, so I'm only going to use a little bit of it, and it's going to be right at the top. But then I've added some white, and then I've added some more white. So I've got different shades of just 2 colours, and I've got some white. So for a very, very top cup, I'm going to use the dark 3. The very bottom cup, I'm going to use the light 3. And then the middle cup, I'm probably just going to take out the darkest and the lightest. So I've got a good combination. So let's just layer up the dark cup first. So as I said, little flip cups. Let me show you the consistency. So I've mixed this about 2 to 1. So PVA glue and water pouring medium, and 2 parts of that to 1 part of paint. But I have fiddled with it a little bit, and I think I've thinned it down slightly. What I wanted was there to be a trace, but for hardly any time at all. So you can see it just, you can see it, but it just disappears straight away. So they're really quite runny, really quite fluid, and I wanted that because I think then the colours will blend together a bit more and create some really pretty effects on the canvas. So first cup, let's layer this. I'm next going to layer up the 2 cups for the sea. I've got Prussian blue, I've got iridescent blue black, I've got phthalo turquoise, and I've got some silver. I don't want a lot of silver, but I would love just have a little tiny sort of fleck of silver going through, because so it will look like a reflection. This one here as well is also iridescent, so I'm hoping that will again make it look a bit wet, a bit sparkly. And these 2 cups, I think I'm just going to do these exactly the same. Then last but not least, my land. So I've got 2 greens here. I've got this one, which is sap green, and I've got this one, which is Pebeo earth green. This one is just diluted with white. It's the earth green, and the same as this one. This is the sap green, just with a little bit of white. So again, I've only got these 2 colours, but I've got paler versions of them. I've then got a little bit of purple and a little bit of a violetty colour, the other way around, because in the fern there were these beautiful colours, and it was a kind of a combination of these. So I want to really just put a drizzle of these in these cups. Now there was also yellow in the fern, but I'm a little bit scared of adding yellow because I just think I'll get more brown. So I might just put some yellow in afterwards, or embellish it with some yellow. So 3 cups. So, you know, I'm going to layer up 4 because I don't like symmetry. I don't want 3 cups, 2 cups, 3 cups. I think that would look off. So 3 cups, 2 cups, 4 cups, I think might work better. I don't have to use them all. I can layer these, I think I can layer these probably quite similarly. Let's not, let's layer them differently. Let's do 2 one way and 2 another way. Right, I've just swapped position, so I'm now around the side of my table, so I can do this in a portrait, but you actually can see it landscape, because I think filming wise that will work better. You get to see more of the canvas. So I'm all ready. I can't work out if I've got too much paint here. I think I might have quite a lot of paint. It doesn't matter if I tip some off, that's fine. The most important, I think, are the sky, the sea. So I'm going to start up with the sky because I've layered those very particularly. So little flip cups. Now they're quite full, so as you can see they are spilling out quite a bit. Oh, that one went right over. Right, haven't got room for them all. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to leave one out. So I'm simply just going to tip them over and drag it. Wow, yeah, got quite a lot of paint on here. That's fine, I'd rather have too much paint than not enough. Right, let's give this a torch. I'm a little bit disappointed so far at these top 2 blues because I was hoping for a little bit more variety. So I'm going to tilt first of all off this way because the paint is that direction. Right, so let me take you in for a close-up. I am incredibly happy with it, really happy with it for lots of reasons. Let me talk you through it. Look at the sea. It is beautiful. So you've got the variation. I don't know what that would be in the sea, but it doesn't matter. You've got a few cells, you've got some sparkle. So really happy with that. And I like the depth of it. It's really dark. So you've got that really dark movement in comparison to the sky. So the sky starts light, gets darker. I'm a little bit disappointed with the lack of colours. You can see the colours there. You can see them underneath each other, and there's a lovely band of some sort of clouds. I like what's going on there. I was hoping for a little bit more movement in the sky, but I think actually the concept works because you've got the dark sea and then the lighter sky. The grass section I absolutely love. So I didn't want a straight line here. So can you see it just goes uphill slightly? Because actually if you look at the photographs, that obviously the horizon, the land itself isn't straight. The colours are gorgeous. So you've got just that subtle purple and the subtle violet pinky colour just through there, but really happy with all the various lines going through. Really pleased with that. This painting is dry. It's gorgeous. I love it. The sky, so beautiful. The sea is just so shimmery. I love the combination of these four colours. And the grass needs some work. So these cells didn't work. Doesn't matter because I'm going to be adding some little flowers on top and changing things around a bit. But the first thing I need to do is get a nice straight horizon. So I think I will probably go from, I think it's going to be easier to add more of the dark onto this than add the light. So I think I'll probably go for a straight line cutting into the white. Let's just check that it's going to be a straight line. So So there's quite a bit here that I need to now fill in, but all I would do is use the paints that I've already used in the sea and just hand paint it in. It's now finished. It's now more or less dry. Some of the flowers I've just added on again extra, so they're slightly wet, but otherwise it's done. So let me talk you through lots to say about this. Off camera, so obviously I did the sky and it was quite plain, but I actually ended up drizzling just a few lines back through, so little ribbons are back through the blues from just what was left in the cups, and it just gave a bit more variation in the sky. So really happy with that. I will know that for next time. So to do the flip cups and then maybe do a little ribbon pour over the top. Really happy with my sea. I spent quite a long time trying to get this bit right. So just by painting it the dark blue didn't work. So I've added a bit more silver and I've added some silver down there as well. So it does definitely look quite choppy, quite stormy. Now this line here I've added to. I've really struggled to get the perspective right of the grass and the hills over the sea in the background. So to start with, I just had this uneven line, but it just didn't look right. So I decided I needed a darker line. That didn't look right, so I've then added some white to try and brighten up the sea. I'm not sure I've got it quite right, but you can clearly see the distinction now. I mean, it almost looks like waves now, I think. I think it looks a bit flat, so if this was sand, I think it would look perfect. But I wanted this to look like it was further forward, which is why I made it slightly darker here. So I think it works. I'm not sure. It's a learning curve, but overall I'm really happy. And then my flowers, I used a cotton bud just to dab the paint on. So you saw me dabbing it on in the video, but I've since just dabbed a bit more on because I wanted it a bit brighter, especially in the foreground here. So I've tried to get paler as I go upwards, just to try and add to the perspective. So I am overall so happy with this. Definitely want to do another one. Really enjoyed the process of this. Let me know what you think. Any tips on how I can get the perspective looking better between the cliff top and the sea? I'd love to know if anyone's got any thoughts or any advice. If you like it, please hit the thumbs up button. Please leave me any thoughts, any comments you might have. Great, thanks so much for watching. Bye.